Welcome back, adventurers of the internet, to the Practical Dragon. If there was one thing that you could add to your game to add both quality and flavor, it would absolutely be music. There is nothing better than hearing creepy music when you're in a dungeon, or tense music when you're about to approach an enemy or a puzzle, or swelling beautiful music when you're at sea. But how do we add music to our games simply and easily? How do you add music to your game without distracting yourself as the DM from the game? There are many options and playlists and apps that will curate music for you, but jumping between them and figuring out how and when to play them can be a daunting task and absolutely not practical. Today we are going to be talking about the ultimate solution for music in your D&D games, and it is all found in a single app. SoundTale is an app for iOS and Android that allows you to create soundscapes and music for your D&D games. It is specifically built for pen and paper sessions. The app is not free, but it is not expensive, and it is well worth every single penny. It has over 55 music styles, over 45 environments, and I love this ticker over here that keeps ticking up with the amount of combinations that you can have, and I've sat here for a while and watched it, and you can watch it for a while and it just keeps ticking up. I'm not going to do the math for myself, but there are a lot. Here is the app running on Android. Up here at the top we have 3 settings. You can either be in a town, you can be on a journey, or you can be in a battle or a fight, and we'll look at each of those briefly. Below that are your moods, so you can have vivid, calm, tense, magical, and the list goes on and on and on. You can place your favorite or most popular ones at the top here for easy access, but as you can see, there are a lot of different kinds of moods and feelings, and you can change out your favorites that are at the top of your app. Finally, on the left-hand side here is what I call the flexible mood interface, which allows you to drag and drop this little stone circle wherever you like. It gives you more control over what kind of mood or music you want. Perhaps you don't want exactly happy, you want something between happy and sad. And it's so easy to flip around if there's a heroic moment happening in your game, but then you can quickly move it to tense. Below this is your location wheel here. It is so easy to move from a street in a calm town to a graveyard in a tense location. Here we have a setting down here to adjust how many people are around you or how crowded the space is that you are in. If you're on a street in a big city, then you would amp this up and hear people all around you bustling. If you're in a dungeon alone, then bringing it all the way down will mean there's none of that ambient noise from people and chatter. Down at the bottom is weather elements. You can do rain or wind, and then there's other settings below that. Again, you can change easily from night or day settings by clicking this button at the bottom. The journey page is very similar, and the final page is for battles and fighting. Again, you have settings at the top that you can change for your preferences. You have a victory and a defeat button. I don't use those buttons personally, but if you would like to use those, they are there as an option. And then you have these in-battle sounds here. So you can click on a character who is currently fighting or whose turn it is, and you can click on any of these sound effects and they will play with the music. You also have these play sound features where you can play a bunch of different sound effects in your game. I don't use this because it's too distracting and not practical for me in my games, but perhaps you have a specific moment that you want to happen and you can plan ahead for that. The most amazing element and reason to use this app is the transitions between music. Even if you have a playlist that you really enjoy using and you have it loaded up on YouTube Music or Spotify or whatever, when you want to transition between a battle sequence and a happy sequence or a travel sequence, or you enter a different context or atmosphere, you have to click a new song. And the transition between those pieces of music is never good. It can break the suspension of disbelief, if you will, or get the characters out of the game instantly. The perfect music app for your D&D game is one that transitions seamlessly between music types and moods and genres. And this app does it. When I move from a tense location to a sad location, or from a heroic moment to a happy moment in my game, the music doesn't stop and then start up again with that different mood. It transitions seamlessly between those two kinds of music. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a calm, normal circumstance with my players and hit this tense button on the side of the table without them seeing, And to hear the transition from calm music to this incredibly tense music, sometimes it even has a scratching on a chalkboard type sound as it transitions into the tense moment and music, it always catches them off guard, and they immediately know that something is up and that something has changed. Out of all the reviews and all the tools on my channel and that I use in real life as a DM, this is the absolute best. As always, comment and subscribe and hit all the buttons below so you don't miss our next review or video. Thank you for joining me today. We will see you next time.